Hey, beautiful internet. We're back in the basement, and this is my 2010 Trek 6700 disc, which once upon a time, not too long ago, was a pretty decent cross-country bike. But since I have the addition of the Kona and another project that's about to get put together, I want to do something with this. I'd never had a road bike before, and I don't necessarily want a road bike, but I'm gonna give gravel a shot-ish. So let's see what we can do with this to make it gravel worthy, right? So quick little rundown on what we've got so far. This bike originally came with this bar here, which what size is it? Does it say? It does. It originally came with a 650 bar, 31.8 diameter. Yeah, so this was originally on there, and it had these Juicy 3 hydraulic brakes. It's Shimano, or actually it was a SRAM X9, X7 with X7 shifters. All I did was just yank off the front derailleur there. So now it's single, now it's a 1x with some chain protection from the outer big ring. How about that? And it's still a 9-speed, but I replaced the X9 rear derailleur down here with the Shimano Tiagra for better or worse. I did notice that the Tiagra is heavier than the X9 that came off of it, and I guess that shouldn't be much of a surprise, right? All right, so what really kicked off this project was when a buddy of mine handed me this carbon bar, or not carbon bar, this drop bar and stem. So that just kind of set the look for it. And then I replaced whatever tire, XR4s or XR2s or whatever that came on this thing with these Continental Double Fighter 1.9s, right? So I didn't want to lose all of my off-road capability. So I did not go with a super narrow, super slick tire. Maybe I'll do that down the road. So where we are now, I got the Tiagra brifters on there. It's not the one that's integrated and run through the cable all fancy, or through the handlebars all fancy. So this is what we got. We're gonna live with it. All right, so as of today, I just received a mess. A part of the missing puzzle here. With the hydraulic brakes, you couldn't use them on these brifters, of course, so had to find some more brakes. Avid has a BB5, a BB7, and there's road-specific models that are short travel for, well, that's why they call them a road-specific model, right? So it's just got a very little bit of engagement there, and that's it, right? That's it, just that little bit. And I guess that's for these type of brakes. So we got these now on front and rear. I need to run cables through them, but before I do that, I just got to run cables in general, and I've never done cables on a mountain bike or anything short of a BMX bike. So we're gonna see how this goes. And so I've got white cables here from Jaguar. I guess I'm gonna start with the rear, because hey, I think that's more important, right? And then I've got this specialized white leather wrap. So I think it's gonna look really clean when it's done. I just need to do it. It's like I'm nearly there, nearly in a position where I can ride this thing again, and well, see what it's like and see if I kind of like this cyclo-cross gravel-ish thing that we're creating. Yeah, let's get to it. After opening this, it's interesting. I only see one wound housing cable here. When I look closely, it's got two cables. So clearly what they want you to do is cut this one somewhere in between, and it should be more than enough to run it front to back, and then have some left over for the front. So these Jaguar lines, we'll just grab the other side here. They're labeled to see which side goes into the lever. So it actually says brake lever end here. and it's, you know, marked silver, and that's what's going to go kind of underneath the hood here and go right up on in there. So I've gone ahead and stuck that in there. You'll feel it bottom out so it doesn't go no farther. And then I'm going to route this cable around on the bar, kind of hold it in position where it's going to be, and then make sure I have more than enough cable to go from the top to the bottom. I don't have too much slack up in the front, but again, I am planning to be able to trim this up. I just want to make sure I have the length. So we're gonna use this and just cut right here. So I'm gonna just try to cut that as cleanly as possible. And use the other side here to round it back out a little bit again. So there we go. I think we're good. I'm gonna just kind of pre-route this right there. We'll zip tie it. And there's our slack. I think we'll be okay. Pretty sure we'll be okay with this. All right, I kind of skipped ahead a little bit, but here it is. White cables run down, ran through the inside of the fork there and around. I taped up the lines here. I need to wrap the bar still, but I'm out here just making sure that the brakes and everything are working. On this side here, I was a major dum-dum. I had a caulk going on. I was getting these brakes routed through. I went to cut this cable. Well, I cut my housing with the cable in it. It's like, damn it. So I had to run up to my local bike shop and get another cable, rerun it through, and now we're good. So just test ride and brake. Not this fastest because it's not hydraulic, but it does work. Oh man, it's getting windy. All right, we're gonna adjust this up a little bit. There we go. 1, 2, and brake. That's good. All right, it is getting windy. Let's see. Yep. Lifts good in this position. All right. So, apologize for the wind, but I think we're in a good state here. I think I like how the bars are pointed. Yeah, I got this. All right, I think I know what I'm doing here. Just watched a park tool video. So here's our specialized S-wrap rubber. Grab a bit of tape, just have that ready to go. How much does this stretch? Because that's what I need. All right, the other thing is when you wrap, because you've got pressure on this side, a lot of riders tend to wrist out like that. You want the wrap to go in the direction of that pressure. So rather than going this way, we're gonna go this way. Now I'm wrapping up. Now I'm wrapping up and around. Okay, and then now I can tuck this in with my thumb and get that corner piece in. The dude in the video made it look so easy. Here's the other tricky part they were mentioning, is that when you get over the top, your hands tend to pull back, right? So we don't want to go over this way. Actually, they're going to pull backwards, not forwards. So we want the wrap to kind of go reverse, where instead of going this way over, it needs to go the other way. And there was a trick to it that he had mentioned, but I think I can get around it by doing kind of this over, and then this around, and now I'm in a position to keep wrapping like this. And now, that's not the right way, is it? Yep, so that was right. I'm going to go this way, according to Mr. Park Tool over there. You know what I didn't do? I didn't mark where my end needs to be. So I'm going to have to just kind of wing that one here, right? It's going to be pretty close because I'm starting to run out of tape. Gotta be, I'm gonna go right about there. Okay, so now that I've finished wrapping right here, I'm gonna just let this piece of masking or piece of electrical tape just kind of get itself back into position. So that way it doesn't unwrap itself over time, because it's shrinking back into its original shape and it can pull itself loose, and I don't want that. Look at that, guys. Looking sweet. All right, there is our bar all wrapped. Looking good, says I. You know, the only thing I would have changed, I think, if I had the ability to do it, is if I ran the cables that had, oh, you know what? We gotta pull this hood down. Look at that. We gotta pull the hood down. There we go. Now it's looking complete, right? All right. God, that looks good, guys. I need a little bit of red. You know, it'd be cool is if maybe these levers were red instead of silver. That'd be pretty sweet. Or I don't know, where else should I have some red? Oh yeah, I got so excited I wrapped my seat post. I'll take that off. Oh, I gotta clean that thing anyway and see how dirty it was from the grease.